Today, we want to walk you through something we've been building and exploring with a lot of excitement. Something that brings simplicity back to crypto payments, cuts out unnecessary complexity, and taps directly into the power of the Radiant blockchain. And that tool is the Muon Pay SDK, a fast, simple, photon-powered way to integrate RXD payments directly into apps, websites, and digital platforms with just a few lines of code. Now, in a Web3 world overflowing with smart contracts, wrapped tokens, overly abstracted wallets, and centralized bridges disguised as decentralized solutions, we felt developers needed something different, something cleaner, something that doesn't require third-party gateways or spending hours wrestling with bloated payment processors. So we created an SDK that embodies the same ethos that defines the Radiant ecosystem: simplicity, clarity, permissionless design, and true decentralization. Muon Pay SDK is exactly that, a plug-and-play payment experience that lets any builder accept Radiant's native token, RXD, directly on the base layer. No Web3 wallet pop-ups, no custodial intermediaries, no middlemen, just pure back-end to blockchain interaction. And the best part? You can drop it into your back-end and you have a working RXD payment flow within minutes. So, how does it actually work? Muon SDK allows you to define what's being purchased, generate a payment request, verify the incoming transaction, and then, once confirmed, on-chain, your app delivers the digital product instantly. It could be a file, a subscription, a license key, an unlock code, or even API access. The SDK handles the communication with Radiant, and you stay in control of your own logic. Everything happens internally between the backend server and the Radiant L1 blockchain. That means no dependency chains, no central APIs, and no custodial intermediaries. You're not relying on someone else's infrastructure. This is what makes Muon Pay so refreshing compared to traditional payment tools. Most systems today are either tied to centralized processors, or they rely on complex on-chain smart contracts that slow everything down and introduce unnecessary points of failure. Muon Pay does the opposite. It stays lean, it stays local, and it keeps intelligence where it belongs, in your own backend. And if you want an even smoother onboarding, you can use Zero Confirmation UX, which allows you to trigger delivery instantly once a valid transaction is detected, even before it's fully confirmed on-chain. For digital content and non-critical services, this creates an incredibly fast, near-instant experience. Now, let's talk about why to choose Radiant. Radiant is not just any other altcoin, it's a proof-of-work blockchain that focuses on fairness, security, and real-world utility. There's no pre-mine, no VC control, no stacking gimmicks, and no convoluted tokenomics. Radiant is built the way we believe blockchains should be built: open, neutral, and permissionless. Then there's performance. Radiant offers low fees, fast blocks, and even smart contract abilities that don't require layered complexity. It doesn't need bridges, it doesn't rely on L2s, and unlike many ecosystems, it doesn't break down the moment you try to build something simple. With Radiant, everything just works. This makes it ideal for Payment SDK. When you're building something that needs to feel instantaneous, atomic, and reliable, you don't want a blockchain that introduces delays or introduces complexity for the sake of complexity. And we designed the Muon Pay SDK to be just as developer-friendly. It's written in TypeScript and compatible with any modern server-side environment. Node.js, Deno, serverless environments, they all work out of the box. We wanted developers to be able to customize everything. You're not locked into a UI, you're not forced to use any particular wallet or front-end component. The SDK handles Radiant, and you decide every other layer of the user experience. And because everything lives in your backend, you maintain full control, full privacy, full customization. So, what is Muon Pay perfect for? It's perfect for paywalled digital content, perfect for subscription-based access, perfect for gaming microtransactions, API monetization, licensing, and even NFT minting or unlocking files. Anything where payment and delivery need to feel atomic, fast, and secure, Muon Pay does it better than any system that relies on bloated middlemen. If you've ever wanted to skip Stripe, skip Ethereum gas fees, and skip the whole maze of wrapped assets and centralized processors, this SDK is exactly the tool you've been waiting for. Because, at its core, Muon Pay SDK reflects the philosophy that defines the entire Radiant ecosystem: Photon-style simplicity paired with Radiant-grade security. It's not here to replace Visa or to compete with the legacy banking networks. Instead, it's here to give builders the raw building blocks needed to create new types of digital interactions: fast, direct, permissionless, and completely decentralized. And that's why we built it. We wanted developers to have a tool that aligns to everything Radiant stands for: clarity instead of obscurity, real utility instead of hype, and a future where code replaces trust and decentralization replaces gatekeeping. So, if you're a creator, a developer, or someone building a digital product that deserves a more open and liberated payment layer, Muon Pay SDK is ready for you. Fast, simple, Photon-powered, and fully aligned with the future we're helping build on Radiant.